I am here with Lynn Shelton, writer-director Lynn Shelton, who was here 5 years ago at Sundance with Hump Day, and she is back with Laggies, a movie she did not write, but she did direct. And we should first off talk about the late night bidding war, because this movie just sold. Just tell me a little bit about that feeling of being involved and that kind of excitement.
Well, luckily I was very uninvolved. I've been in that rodeo before, and I was really happy to just sort of skip it because I was totally exhausted yesterday. So I kept, getting little reports, status reports, active conversations. These are the people who are circling, And then this morning, I sort of rolled out of bed. I was so exhausted, and I got ready to go, and I finally was like, I guess I should check, my email. And the very first thing I saw was the Hollywood Reporter.
Nice.
So I read it in the trades first. Somebody sold a movie, and I guess it was me. So it was pretty exciting. I've been elated all day. It's really awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations. How is the feeling from coming here with Hump Day to now, like 5 years? I think it's 5 years, right?
Yeah.
5 years later. What's the experience like?
Getting Hump Day into Sundance was the prize. I mean, everything else was gravy. So I had no idea what to expect in terms of the reception of the film, how much buzz we would get or any kind of attention, because it was so small. We had no big movie stars in it, and I was an unknown director. And so as it turned out, I got all this love, and we got all this, it was wonderful. We sort of felt like the prom, I felt like the prom queen or something of Sundance that year, or the underdog. I don't know what it was. It was really wonderful. And now, you can never have more than one first time at Sundance, I guess, But every single time I've come, this is my fourth time as a director, and it's always had, I've always had really special experiences every time. So I always get just as giddy when I find out that I get in, and I always feel just as grateful. I never take anything for granted, because I have so many friends who are alumni who haven't been able to get in subsequently. So, there's more pressure, I'll say,
right.
And it's still that same sort of feeling of this is the moment of truth, when you're sitting down and the lights are going down and you're in Eccles or whatever theater you're premiering, because the audience's reaction is, and that's the very first audience, so that's kind of the thing you're aiming for and hope goes well. So.
Right. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
And I like that you got a shout out that you were the nicest director to come through. That was very
really nice.
Considering I thought that was like, that's really good. I like that. All right, let's talk about the movie. So you did not write this one, but
right.
it's in the vein of your movies, kind of talking
Wheelhouse,
about
I think.
Wheelhouse, right? The human condition. Keira Knightley, I think, gives her best performance to date, and I don't know whether it's just because I just saw it and it feels like, oh my God, I just love Keira Knightley so much, and even more so. But how did you get her? I mean, obviously she did it, but her accent is perfect.
I know, and I think she's played an American before. I wasn't able to find really any work that she had done with an American accent before. Jack Ryan, she's an American, but that hadn't come out yet, and we weren't able to get access to it. So I really had to sort of go on faith that she could do it, and luckily, let's face it, most Brits are really good at that. Yeah. Damn them. They're really, really good with accent work, and she was no exception. It was no problem for her whatsoever. She did do a little bit of work. She definitely worked with a dialect coach that she loves, but she didn't bring them on set or anything, and she even improvised a little bit, because Sam especially likes to play, and she always was able to. The only thing she ever slipped up on that I had to remind her of was idioms. So, we say, well, you're supposed to do it this way, and the Brits she would say, you're meant to do it this way, little things like that, so I'd have to kind of catch her out on that. But, her accent was dead on. It was amazing. And she was also able to be so free, and one of the reviewers described her as loose-limbed, a loose-limbed performance, and I thought that was really accurate. She's so easy and physical and American. And very American.
Very American seeming, I know. And the chemistry was great, I'd have to say, across the board, your casting. And I always joke it wouldn't be Sundance without Sam Rockwell. So
yeah, I think he said it was his seventh.
Right? His seventh?
Seventh Sundance.
Yeah.
Amazing, yeah.
There's an unwritten rule that you have to put him in a movie at least once. He's great. He's terrific. And Chloe.
Chloe, my God. I mean, Chloe is so much cooler and more mature than I think I will ever be, and she's 16.
I know she does. She does feel, and I don't mean this as an insult, but she feels like the most precocious teenager I've ever seen, and I don't know whether it's just imagined. I was in LAX. We were on the same flight, and she's got her like Louis Vuitton and her sunglasses.
She's
and
very
just,
into
like,
fashion, yeah.
I was like,
but she's not. You know, the thing about her is that she's not snobby at all. You know, she's really. I mean, she made best friends with our craft services, person. I mean, she's really down to earth. Her whole family. And the thing that's great is, yes, she's precocious. Yes, she's mature, and she's such a pro to work with. But she's still a kid. She still has access to that. So it's not like she's a little adult. She really still has access to playfulness and all the vulnerabilities and eccentricities of a teenager. So yeah, it's really, she was amazing. Caitlin Deaver too. I have to. Send a shout out to who plays her best friend.
Yeah, she's great.
And the two of them together, oh my God, yeah, that chemistry was great too.
The casting was like top notch.
Dreamy.
Do you kind of now that you're over the hump, no pun intended, of directing someone else's movie? Do you feel like you would do it again?
It really is a project by project thing. I hadn't been looking for something, but I've been reading all along the way. My reps are just begging me always to read stuff. And, they're all really good scripts, but I never get that little voice inside of me saying, you have to direct this. And this was the first time it really just screamed at me. And so I attached really quickly. And it was like a idea that I could imagine having come up with myself. And then the dialogue itself and the characters and the way that Andrea Siegel writes is so brilliant. I mean, she is going to go, far.
She's really young too, right?
She's really young, just barely out of her 20s.
Do you like that idea when people say a Lynn Shelton film?
Yeah.
How's that land on you?
I love it.
Yeah. How many times have you seen Redford?
I saw him once. The first time I came, I was able to actually get to the filmmakers brunch, and I saw him across the room. He kind of came and gave us a few words, and then there was an immediate, just like. Whatever, everybody came around him, and I was too shy to go anywhere near him. So I probably got 30 feet away from him. And as I walked by the crowd shyly, and I don't think I've seen him since. Yeah. It is my dream now to someday meet him, because I want to personally thank him for giving me a career, because Sundance is the reason I have a career. I can make a living as a filmmaker. I'd like to shake his hand someday.
Yeah, maybe that'll happen. It's the festival. We still got 10 more days. I don't know how long you're here for.
I'm here till tomorrow morning, so it's not going to happen this year. But, never know.
Maybe. All right. Well, Lynn, thanks so much.
Thank you,
It's great
Krista.
to see you.
It's great to see you again.
Oh, my God. I love your movies.
So glad.